Subway, how many breads do they have?
A lot, like 10 maybe, 7.
Do they have that many breads now?
They have 6.
If you're counting the breads, you got your flat
bread also.
I want to go.
Let's just say they have 6. All right. Then you have all of the meat that you can get.
Which is about like 30.
There's a lot.
15, 20 maybe. I don't know.
We'll say there's 15. Then you have all your different vegetables. Now this is just, but what's probably is you're only going to pick one of them, one of those, one of the, I mean, or random, all the different combinations of all these things, of picking one of each type deal. That's why when you're just multiplying all these things out, that's why they just get so astronomically large real quick. It's the same idea when you're dealing with the lotto, and it's kind of the same idea. When you're dealing with the lottery, if you think about Powerball, you guys all know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
When you have Powerball, you have, what, 54 numbers, I believe, in this spinner, or is it 56?
I don't know.
I don't think it's so.
Sounds good to me.
I think it's 56. So if there's 56 of them in the hopper, you have the numbers 1 through 56 to choose from. That's why they say it's 56 factorial. It's not yelling at you. 56.
That was kind of scary.
It's funny, wasn't it? Yeah. If one of those comes out, you have 55 left. And then you have another one, then another one, and then another one.
Oh, so your chances of winning the lotto
Are
is
bad.
impassable.
I'm gonna.
Impassable, yes, because it's a double yellow line. And then you have the Powerball again, because the pop, thanks Mike, you just caught that. It's a little slow, I know. Then it goes back over to the whole 56 again. So the joke was, when you have the Powerball numbers, the probability of winning, you have a better possibility of being struck by lightning almost 3 times during your lifetime than winning the Powerball. I mean, it's that extraordinarily improbable to occur. I mean, being struck by lightning is 1 in 10,000 or something, 100,000 chances, something like that, of being struck by lightning. Well, you'd have to be multiplied by multiplied. It'd be funny if you're multiplied by lightning, but if you were struck by lightning, 2.5 times in your lifetime, go buy a lottery ticket.
There was a girl who got struck by lightning when she touched like a window, like the lightning struck the house and then she got shocked.
Well,
and then she won the lottery.
The windows glass doesn't conduct electricity.
I don't know, like not the actual window, like the metal frame of the window.
Oh, that'd be bad.
Like if you were in a swimming pool outside and then lightning struck you.
Yes.
You died.
It's like when you're at the Y and you have swimming lessons for your kids, and then the lightning is outside, but they kick you out of the indoor pool.
My grandma kicks us all out of her pool when we're in her basement if it's lightning.
Yeah. So what I want to look at here is when we're looking at when you're talking about events occurring in a specific amount of ways, these are your, how many different ways can all these events occur? Like, there are event number 1. But there's 3 things that could happen. Event number 2, there's 5 things that could happen. So you have 3 choices of bread, white, wheat, and rye, and 5 choices of meat or sandwich stuff. Salami, pepperoni, turkey, ham, and roast beef.
And bologna, come on.
That's 5. So you'd have to just multiply them out. There's 15 different things you can come up with. That's all those we're doing there. Okay? Now, when you start talking about license plates, things like that, what they're asking you here is how many different license plates are possible if you can repeat the digits and letters versus non-repeating with them. So this is where I'm going to hold you to the idea that you know how many digits there are and how many letters there are. And eventually I'm going to ask that you guys know how many numbers are on a dice. I'm going to use, a die. I'm not going to call it a number cube because you know what? They're dice.
Yeah.
We're going to roll dice. We're not going to roll number cubes.
Number cubes? Why can't we roll number cubes?
Number cube, they use the word number cube so they don't use dice because dice implies gambling.
Oh!
No, I'm not right. That's exactly what I
How dare basic.
Seriously, I'm not exaggerating, I'm not making this up. Usually I would make stuff up, but I'm not. And I'm also going to ask that you know how many cards are in a deck of cards eventually.
52.
52, because we don't count the jokers. And then
Sometimes there's
13
more
of the 4 suits.
Yeah.
13 of the 4 suits.
you have to count the information.
And then what?
I don't know any.
What are we trying? What are we?
Well, we'll get to that. So let's talk about this one. We're just looking at your license plates. You're looking at your license plates, you're going to have two numerical numbers followed by 4 letters. That means in Illinois, if you have 2 numbers first and then letters, what kind of a license plate is it?
If you have what first?
If it's in Illinois, what license plates have numbers before letters? No. Trucks. Truck plates. Truck plates have numbers first. If it's a standardized number plate, if it's just generic, not vanity or personal, then you can have numbers go first on truck plates, whereas in passenger cars, letters go first.
What about the trucks that are pretty much more passenger vehicle than truck?
What do you mean?
Like the trucks that have like, where it's like the passenger compartment is bigger than the bay.
Like a 4-door truck? It's still considered a truck. I have one. I have a 4-door truck. Crew cab truck, it's still considered a truck because it's a truck chassis.
I don't think it should be counted as a truck.
Well, it's counted as a truck. Whereas if you have like a Suburban can be counted either as a passenger car or a truck, depending upon how you register it. It doesn't cost any difference on something like that, but it does happen where you can register in different places and you can get different tax breaks and whatever, I guess. But here, how many digits are there? 10 of them. So if I'm not going to worry about repeating them, if I can repeat them, how many options do I have for the second number? And then, how many letters are there? 26. And I'm not worried about repetition. So I can have 22, A, and that could be my license plate. It would be awesome.
0, 0, Z, Z,
The
Z,
answer
Z.
is 7.
So all you have to do is multiply that out. The difference with that, if you have if repetition is not allowed, how many do you have to choose from the second letter? Okay. So you guys didn't do too bad on this, I'm guessing, right?
That one was too big. I just like numbers.
Well, that's the whole idea, is that I want you guys to realize that there are so many possible combinations out there. And then you start throwing in the whole possibilities of vanity and personal license plates. Now, you guys are all getting to the point where you're going to be driving, maybe having a car, things like that. You can go online, it's on the internet, to the Secretary of State, and you can type in possible combinations of license plates that you would like. Kind of neat. They'll tell you if it's available and things like that. So if you want to have like rad dude, you can see if it's off. You can have it. But funky friend would be too many letters. You can't use there's no explanations. Okay. So we're okay on these then, right? Remember, if it's yelling 5, it just means 5 factorial. So there it is. There it is. So it's 5 times 4. Poor Maddie. 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Yes, did you guys all find that but in your calculator?
Yeah.
It was math, move it over, and nothing's on.
Math left 4. Enter.
Okay. Permutations. I do want to show you how to do the permutation. Did I show you on how to do it longhand?
Sort of.
Oh, longhand? No.
Well, what's nice, if you do these longhand,
Oh, wait, yes, you did.
that's the n factorial over n minus r. Oops.
Yeah.
So this is your n, this is your r. So you get 5 factorial over 5 minus 2 factorial. Now, what I want you to see real fast is that, remember, 5 factorial is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's 3 minus 2?
3. 1. 3.
So it's 3 times 2 times 1 on the bottom, which these drop out and you get 20. Remember, you can do permutations, and eventually when we talk about combinations, you can do these, you can do it by hand.
Oh,
That means
so
that we're gonna do it
no
like that.
calculator.
You could do this by hand. This is not difficult to do by hand. You never know.
Oh, there's no
Just
calculator.
one test question.
Yeah, probably just be one question the whole thing, because otherwise you have to calculate all the other stuff. Yeah, make multiply 10 times 10 times 26 times 26 times 26 times 26 times 26.
Have fun.
Nice.
Good luck with that.
Well,
So-
if you just multiply 26 times 26 times 26 and just add 2 zeros at the end.
Also, yes, sure. Also, what you should have noticed if you're doing these by hand, what's 5 minus 2?
3.
What went in my numerator?
What?
That wasn't English.
This is numerator
For the
denominator.
9 and the 4 in the amount?
So this would be 9 factorial over 5
5.
factorial, which is 9 times 8 times 7 times 6, and whatever that is. It's a nice little shortcut. That's the idea by, if you did write it out a couple of times, it's just nice to see how the numbers are actually interacting with one another. It's just a little tricky.
3024.
Okay. What is it?
3024.
Man, it's a lot of numbers.
I don't like that.
Okay.
No. You could just multiply the two.
Now to what you were talking about. Permutations without repetition. When I'm looking at these, we're talking about letters. They're just asking you, how many different ways can you rearrange those letters? So if I'm not going to be repeating the letters in the word jet or Florida,
Flow rider.
if I'm looking at this, how many options do I have for my first letters? If I'm not repeating that first letter, how many options do I have for the second?
2. 6.
That's what that means. Okay? That's what that means. For without repetition ones, you're just doing the factorial number of however many there are. So in Florida, there would be what, 7 factorial?
Yeah.
Feel free if you want to say 7 factorial as just yelling 7. That's fun. No. Not necessarily. Or maybe. You don't have to use
I don't get like you think it's so funny for this. No, it's funny.
Okay? Now, Izzy, finally, we get to your question. Permutations with repetition. When you're dealing with permutations, repetition with these, if I'm looking at the word puppy,
There's 3 people.
how many letters are in the word puppy?
5.
5 of them.
But 3 different.
There's 5 total letters.
Whatever.
Different letters.
And then, of those letters, which one is repeated? 3 times, correct? So my denominator becomes what's repeated.
3.
Now, do I worry about the 1 for the U and the 1 for the Y?
No.
Because what's 1 factorial?
1.
1. Okay.
Oh, I added it.
So all you have to do here is total letters, total possible, divided by the factorial of what's been repeated how many times. Yeah, the answer.
Yeah.
What's the denominator? When I'm looking at this here, you have P was 3 times, U was once, Y was once. So your numerator is the total amount, 5 letters. The denominator is always going to be see how this was repeated 3 times? So it's 3 factorial. This was repeated once, so it would technically be 1 factorial times 1 factorial. But 1 factorial is 1. We just don't waste our time. So when you have 5 factorial divided by 3 factorial, all you're really left with is 5 times 4, which is
20.
20. If I'm looking at Alabama, Alabama has 1 little, 2 little, 3 little letters, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little letters,
Yeah.
7.
Or you can just count to 7.
My way is a lot more fun. There are 7, yes.
What was puppy written in terms of like the NPR?
I tried to do 5,
What did
need
you
3, but it didn't work. I got 6.
5 need 2.
It'd be 5p2 because we want to divide it by.
You take the letter, like, how do you, where's it?
Why would you,
5 minus 3.
how do you know to do 2?
Yeah.
That's what.
Well, because it doesn't set it up. You don't. It's not an NPR problem. That's why. Okay, that's why. This is a style that you use total number over repetition counts.
Okay.
So here you've got Alabama. Alabama has 7 total letters in it. A's are repeated out 4 times. L, B, and M are all 1. So these I don't worry about it. So all I have to do is divide it out by 4 factorial, which is the answer will be 7 times 6 times 5. 210. 6 times 5 is 30. 30 times 7 is 21. Ah, I can't hear you. I'll get you. Let me see how long PB keeps our arms up. Yes, I heard you say that. And then times 7 is
Why are you making that?
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't just get how to answer the 58.
All right, let me get to that. Are we okay on these now? Let's go to the ones that are talking
We
about.
got how many, there's 6 letters in a letter, right?
Yeah.
Can you do?
Let's start talking about the word ones. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I got number 15.
Oh.
It was like just the same as another one because it's like you it cancels out because n
N factorial over it.
factorial minus 0 is n factorial under. Yeah.
I'll show 58 here in a second. When I'm looking at 55 and 56, they're basically the same problem. You have possible choices. In 55, you have, because you guys all go out by stereo receivers and stuff still, right?
Yes.
You don't know what a component system is?
What's the?
Wow. All right, so a stereo receiver is the unit to which you plug in your CD player and your speakers.
What's a CD?
No, the stereo receiver is kind of like the hub of the stereo system. They have the AM FM in it. They have the you can run all your HDMI cables into all of it. It's just it's the unit itself. So if you have 5 of those, 8 of the others, and 12 speakers, it's just basically 5 times 8 times 12. You're just looking for possible combinations. What is that? 480?
480.
Yeah.
I think it's 480. When you're talking about the pizza shop, you have, if you want to buy 1 large pizza with 1 cheese, 1 vegetable, and 1 meat for $9, you have 7 cheeses, 11 veggies, and 6 meats. Additionally, you have 3 crusts and 2 sauces. You're just multiplying all that together to get a lot of different combinations. Okay.
How do you do circular permutation?
You want to know how many combinations? There's 2,772.
How do you do circular permutation?
What is circular permutation?
It's number 67.
I haven't even looked at that yet.
Wait, why do you do this?
I think it's 11,000 something.
For what?
For what?
I don't remember. What is it? What are all these numbers multiplied by together?
The pizza one?
Yeah.
7,777.
I was close.
You say 11,000?
Whatever. I did what it is. Well, they.
So when we're looking at that, you're wanting to pick, you have 7 choices of cheese, 11 choices of veggies, 6 choices of meats, 3 crusts, and 2 sauces. So it should get out to be, what would you multiply all that?
2,772.
When you get to 57, we're talking about passwords. Passwords nowadays are getting even more complex than this. They're requiring you to have capital letters mixed in with numericals and symbols now. Because back when this book was written, we didn't have to worry so much about you crazy hackers. Nowadays, people are out there trying to steal your identity and run your credit through the roof. Or through the ground, it should be that way. So when you're talking about here, the shortest allowable passwords are typically 6 characters, containing both numbers and letters. How many 6-character passwords are available if characters can be repeated or not repeated? Basically, it's the same thing what we looked at in those first parts. If you're talking about the license plate problem. If you're talking about numbers and letters, we have what? You can have 26. You can have all letters. You can have mixture of letters and numbers.
So like, do you just do the most possible? Or?
Yeah, because I think that's what they were asking for them, right?
So I just say 26 times 26.
No.
Oh yeah, it's numbers and
I
letters.
understand. So I just
Yeah,
say
so it'd
26.
be 36. Yeah, because you're adding them together. Okay, that makes sense. So you wind up with 36 times 36, 30, you know, for 6 times. So it's 36 to the 6th power, in case you didn't remember that, you know. It's all math. Yeah, math. It's 36 because you have 26 number. 26.
Now the number's being a lot bigger than what I had before.
So it's like 2 million and change.
Yeah.
Okay. And then if you're not repeating them, then it's going to be 36, 35, 34, 36, and so on. 58. Here's how 58 works. If you use the pure definition of n, bless you, n permute r. The pure definition of n permute r is n factorial over n minus r factorial. So if r is 0, what's n minus 0? N. So what's n factorial divided by n factorial?
1.
There's your answer.
For this one, yeah, it's 1.
Yeah. Thanks for keeping up with us.
Yeah, I was
Way
trying
to
to
go,
do all the
Colin.
math with the 36 thing, because I said 26. I don't understand.
All right. Now we are at class seats. You have 24 seats, 24 students. Assuming the seats are not moved, how many different seat arrangements are there?
Just multiply it together.
You multiply it out. What is it, 24 factorial?
Yeah,
Just
factorial.
regular 24 factorial.
And then you got like some
Wait.
big sequence to it.
Wait, so is it 24?
No, it's just 24 factorial. It's just saying that there's 24 people. I mean, it's taking all of us and our.
Right here. Wait, what?
6.2044840.
It's just a really big number. And No,
No.
I'm still on 60. That's what, wait, I don't, or 59. You're way ahead of me. Slow down. Jeez Louise. Okay. The ringing of the bells. It's a good topic for today because our bells are awesome. Anyway, so they have 10 bells in the tower. How many ways can the bells ring?
What does that even mean?
10 factorial.
How many ways can you ring a bell? Does it just go like one direction or make one sound?
No, they got 10 different tones, bro.
I don't know. Do I look like a
Bell expert?
yeah?
Yep.
Do I live in a belfry?
3 minutes to turn.
Oh, what movie is that? There's a bat in my belfry. Batman, yeah. Duh. The original.
Wait, ask me one.
No. Yeah.
A belfry is where they.
Isn't that-
Where the bell is like a church.
Yeet.
And then you go up to the bell and you let it ring.
Would it just be 10 to 10 then? Because we 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, because there's, you can heat them out different ways. They're saying boom, boom, boom. There's going to be order, how many different orders can you hit them? 61. Auditions are being held for the play shown. How many ways can the roles be assigned if 6 people audition or 9 people audition? How many? There's only 6 parts.
They should have said that. It's like, did they say that?
Well, I'm looking at the picture here.
Oh, well, I didn't know.
There you go. If there's only 6 parts, what are you?
What's up, Juna?
All right, Tuna, what can I do for you? How's it going, Tuna? Did Caleb get in trouble?
No, when you leave the class, you become extended.
Oh, were they playing shenanigans yesterday?
I'll warn them.
That was not me, that was Caleb.
Go ahead, Tuna.
That was you, bro.
How many push-ups are they supposed to do?
Both of you. Stand up.
Who?
You and the other man sitting to your right.
Yeah.
Stand up.
No, it wasn't, bro.
We're back here dancing.
Oh, yeah.
Really? And he was in the window the whole time watching.
Oh.
Tuna, you said my moves were good.
In what language?
The language of BS. Please, I love all things that are holy. Please stay in school. Please get an education and a job so you don't have to try to be a street.
I love how it was all of us.
Because you're going to be really hungry.
It's because you guys did it the worst.
And you guys were standing up.
He came up to me later in the day. He was like, "You kept standing up in class." I was like, "Tuna, I watched everyone stand up. I was the only one that didn't stand up. I was dancing my seat." He's like, "I'm telling you, you stood up."
So anyway, back to this one. You have 6 people to pick out of 6 parts. So everyone gets a part. How many different ways can you arrange them? Just 6 factorial.
Yeah.
And the other one, you have 9 people to pick 6 out. So it's going to be the 9 permute 6. So if you look at it, you have 9 people. You have 9 permute 6. That's how you get that one to work. So it'd be 9 factorial over 3 factorial, so it's still a pretty big weight.
9 factorial or 3 factorial.
There's only 6 rows because if you weren't dancing so much, you might have noticed off in the corner there where it says, just like Jared just goes, oh.
Well, maybe that's saying student A is the teacher and student B is the librarian.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Parts available.
I was very.
Oh, that. What? Shower's not there.
Oh,
That was
wait.
not
Was
gross.
it?
Bro! Just a visual.
Miss Murphy.
I don't even know what that means.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I think your mom gave me permission at one point in time I could throw stuff at you, so I'm just going to start throwing stuff.
That's fine.
All right, last two. Last two here, you're talking about displaying stuff in a window.
We have a test.
We do?
No, in the different.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure, 'cause you do, I gotta write it. I'm like, oh boy, I'm very busy now. Oh, cool. Gotta write another test, all right.
It's really like.
It's just 3 times 2 times 2, right?
Well, you've got a music store that wants to display 3 identical keyboards, 2 identical trumpets, 2 identical guitars in the window. How many distinguishable displays?
Isn't it just like
No.
Wait, what?
How many parts are there?
There's 3 parts.
It's 2 tags.
How many total are here?
7. Just 7.
Oh, really?
7
What was repeated? Saying they're identical.
Aw, shoot.
That's disappointing.
Right, so it's 3.
Why is playing
Oh, that's
different?
There's only one way.
This is, the reason why that this works, it goes this way, is because you are talking about, it's like the letter problem, where you had puppy. Puppy had, thank you, had 5 letters, but the P's were repeated 3 times. This is the same idea. There's 15 musical instruments. There are 3 keyboards. There are 2 identical trumpets and 2 identical guitars. So it's, I'm sorry, not 15, it's 7 of them. So here's what happens. You get 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 over 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Yes, sir. 3 plus 2 plus 2. So you can just start simplifying stuff out. And it winds up with 7, 6, and 5. You're 210 again. Okay? Let's see, we got like what, a minute? Maybe a couple more of these to try. And we'll do 12 2 tomorrow. Oh, you guys had that park thing tomorrow? Is that what it is? Yeah. We'll be here by tomorrow. If you guys are still taking the park by the 3rd hour.
know what we're doing, but
Yeah, I know what you're doing at that point in time. It's all wasting time.
I won't be taking the part tomorrow.
Until May 21st.
Here you are. What was?
Thinking that we had your homework last
You know better than that. I'll just give you like the whole GMP list. This shouldn't take you very long. All right, give them all a shot.